Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, the internet's most passionate, thought-provoking, gosh darn it, best wine show there is. And that's because we continue to expand the palate, try different things, love our families, do the right things, answer our emails, whatever it takes, because we are on this mission to change the wine world. And what does that mean? That means that we want people to embrace, to try different varieties, try different wines, no trying the same wine over and over, try different funky pairings, wines you've never heard of. Don't discriminate because it's in a box or has a funny label on it. All the good things, the things that make sense if you take a step back and are just a solid human being, Chris Mott. And today we are having a very thunderous show because we are talking about on the laid back couch. It's a laid back Friday, but clearly I'm not laid back, Mott. Even though my mind is on my money, I am not laid back. I want to focus on Vernaccia, a white wine mainly from the Tuscan region. You do see it a little bit in Sardinia, but a white wine, a white grape Vernaccia that is very interesting to me, a very solid white wine, dollar for dollar. Let's go right to it. It's a CKC alert. Whoop, whoop. That's right, CKC's College Kid Crew, if you don't know. Big shout out to the College Kid Crew. And to anybody that's budgeting it. It's recession time. I understand what's going down. We need to find value, and this is a category day after day, especially as we go into the springtime and the summertime, like a fresh prince. This is a wine that brings thunder for about 10 bones, 15 to, and under for sure. As I see, one's $14.99, kind of on the high side. There's a lot of 8 to 12s for sure in this category, and I'm extremely passionate about Vernaccia. I drink a lot of Greco di Tufo, Valangina, and Vernaccia, 3 white wines that do not get enough play in the Italian scope of things. Of course, Pinot Grigio is the dominant player. Then people even drink Chardonnay, and not that I'm dissing, but definitely not a place that, just Trentino. I mean, just Chardonnay doesn't do it for me in this area, and so I'm excited about Vernaccia. Very crisp, clean wines. A lot of times they have a lot of almonds to them. Very citrusy, beautiful white wines, and we've got 2 here today, and we're going to get to those in a second, Mott. Clearly, I am bringing some energy to the Thunder Show. And a little bit of anger. Do you see I've got a little chip on my shoulder because I'm just excited because people are trying different things. I'm getting pounded on email, which if you haven't emailed me in a while, I'm killing myself, but you may want to right now. It's kind of a cool little thing I'm doing. Anyway, before we move on, a little birthday balloon action. We need to do it. Happy 61st to Jim Nostat. His birthday is on the 4th, which is Sunday. And happy 21st today to Jade, which is my favorite little Starbucks barista. It's her 2-1. Now she is legally on board to taste the vino and do that. But most of all, hands down, tomorrow is one of my favorite days of the year. It is May 3rd, and often, yes, it is the running for the roses as the Kentucky Derby gets off and going. But tomorrow is the birthday of one very special lady, Tamara Vaynerchuk, the woman that brought me into this universe. My mommy, I love her with all my heart. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm not going to say the age. Can I say the age? I mean, you don't do that with the ladies, right? Chad Cascadden, that's all I'm saying. Happy birthday, Mommy. I love you with all my heart. I can't wait to spend the whole day with you tomorrow. We're sleeping over tonight. It's big. It's awesome. Mom's pumped. I'm pumped. Let's taste some vino. And we're going to talk a little bit about the book tour because I got something cool going on. So pay attention, Vaniacs. Pay attention. Fonteleone, 2007, Vernaccia. And I'm excited about trying this. $10 US. Very fair price for a white wine, obviously. So you can see they roll in, even with the euro doing its thing right now. Still very affordable. Let's give it a swirl, Mott. Let's zoom in right down here for a second. Let's take a look at your creation down here. The stain. Just want to make sure. Scroll back up. So that's the Laid Back Friday stain now, Mott. You've created a new thing. That should be a shirt. You could have like a big stain on it. Awesome. Sucks you don't have your own shirt, dude. Sorry. Let's give this a sniffy sniff. Now, again, I'm having these at room temperature, so let's talk about that for a quick second. I evaluate all my white wine at room temperature. I feel it gives me a better opportunity to really taste the wines. The colder the product is, the less we taste, hence why everybody wants really cold, cheap beer in high school. Not that we condone that action. Anyway, so room temperature, nice straw, yellowish kind of color kind of thing going on. Add into yours. I like the straw kind of hay component. I also get a little bit of citrus, a little bit of lemon peel. on the nose. Big shout out to Brandon Warnicki and Kelly Warnicki. We went to dinner with them last night, Mott. Never see Brandon. My best friend growing up, works here at Wine Library. Rarely see him. We went to Quality Meats in New York. Had a good meal, great service there. Just, you know, they did a good job. I feel like I should mention it. Let's give this a whirl. Nice mid-palate, solid acidity, crisp, clean, more than serviceable, better than Mark Lemke, just good body, nice richness, little hints of caramel on the end, a little bit like Johnny Hector running the ball, smooth. You know who that is? Look it up. I get a little residual alcohol on the back end, but there's something like, it's amazing how your mind works. I'm like, why does hopscotch get into my mindset as I taste this wine, Mott? I ask myself as I'm yapping about Johnny Hector. And you know what the answer is? Chalk. See how chalk makes me think of hopscotch? This, my friends, let's do it. It's a hopscotch. You know, like the, you know that thing? That's what this wine tastes like. A little chalkiness on the back end, which is very interesting. Again, very clean. There's a little hint of alcohol on the tail end. Clearly would be gone if we went with the cold version of this, which 99% of you are going to do. Very solid little Vernaccia. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to go 87 points, which I think is sensational in my mindset for a $10 wine. Clearly a porch wine. Saturday afternoon, listening to the Braves on the radio. Oh man, Kelly Johnson struck out again. He did, but you have a nice glass of Vernaccia. Let's move on. Kelly Johnson's not on my fantasy team, so that's why I did it. Anyway, let's move on. This is a beautiful package, Mott. Make sure you look at this. I kind of like the whole scripted handwriting. Very cool. This is the Silvestro Vernaccia 2006, 12.5% alcohol content. A little bit lighter. Last one was 14. This one's $14 US. Like the Second Coming of Joe Namath, Richard Todd, which never panned out. 14 bones, so I like that. It's got some nice color. Look at this. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun now. I mean, it's Friday. I mean, I work hard, guys. I answer emails. I pump out a show every day. Do GaryVaynerchuk.com. If you've not seen GaryVaynerchuk.com, Mott, link it up. And you know what? While you're linking it up, Mott, before we get to the next wine, let's talk about my book tour. We're starting with our big opening event. If you don't know, now you know. Conan O'Brien, the 12th. Monday the 12th, Mott, we are so close. 10 days away from Conan. We're going to come on again. May not make him eat dirt this time. Going to do something besides nothing, as I like to say. Monday the 12th, we're going to tape Conan. We are doing a live viewing at Bounce, which is a sports bar-ish kind of thing in New York City on the Upper East Side. Mott, link up the tour dates. Please come and join me at Bounce. If you are, leave a comment that you're coming. I want to know who's coming. It's going to be awesome. 12:30 to about 1:30. They're going to take all 14 screens. I want you to be there. I want people to be there, Mott. Also, talking about the book tour, I'm doing a little thing. I've come to realize a lot of people want to see me. I'm hitting up these cities, but if you have a bookstore connection, like a big bookstore in your town, and you can muster up some excitement with them, send me an email. Email right above here. And let me know. I'm trying to expand on my book tour. I want to hit a couple different places. Mott, looks like you had something to say. No? Okay. So, looking to do that as well. So, if you want me to come to your town and you have a bookstore that does the rad stuff, I may do it. I got to muster up a little bit of excitement. Great color. Let's give this a sniffy sniff. Now, this is interesting. This almost comes across almost like a Vicks. I get a quick shot of Vicks, like a minty vapor rub kind of. I got a cold. I got a little shot of that. It's blowing off a little bit, but still a little medicine-y. I get a little kiwi fruit coming through on this nose. I don't pop on kiwi very often. If you've watched 450-something shows, not a lot of kiwi. Little sugar cane. Sugar cane never hurt anybody. It's definitely not hurting my nose. Please, I know I say it all the time, but smell your wines. Kids at home, 21 or older, smell those wines. This was brought to you by, those are words to live by. What was that? Channel 4, remember? Sugarcane, kiwi. Wow, kiwi's really ripping. And clearly a little bit of Vixy kind of medicine-y thing going on. Let's give it a whirl. Like it. It's got me intrigued. It's got my palate a little watering. a more interesting Vernaccia, challenging on the palate. But weird. I don't love it. Gosh, there's not a lot of wines that are really funky and interesting and white that I don't like, but this is one of them. I definitely get a citrus blast. I get a little bit of a lime component. Then it goes kind of awkward, very hollow, like whoop, like a big hole, huge. Remember Commando when Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, "Let a little steam out, Benedict," or something like that? Do you remember that scene? Alyssa Milano's in that. And like that kind of size hole in the middle of this wine, which is totally unacceptable. Then finishes a little weak and boring. I do get a little bit of pear. I'm always down with a little bit of pear, but it's not enough to save this wine. I'm going to go 82 points on this and give it a pass. There's still some things to like about it, including the nose, but just didn't have it for me, so I'm not feeling it. Definitely at 14 bones, we're going to go with a no, Mr. Mott. What you need to realize is that these wines are extremely flexible with, you know, probably what I would love to have the first wine with, which is the wine I like the most, would be crab meat. They're kind of wines that you want to drink within the first 2 or 3 years, so I want to give you that piece of information. I want to continue with the education, Mott. I mean, anything I can do. I'm very big on pop and pour in these wines. Again, a little colder, for sure. A lot of you are going to go that way, but if you're in the mood, doing it my style, I like the warm whites. You know what this has? A sweet razor. So the residual sugar, the fruitiness is a little higher. It still has the acidity, so it's like a sweet razor, Mott. Not a sour, just a razor. So imagine taking your like Gillette razor and dipping it in some sugar. Don't lick it, cause you know. But you know, sweet razor action, and I like that. I like this wine. I love the Vayner Nation. I love doing this show. I can't believe it took us this long to get the Vernaccia, a wine that I've drank probably 4 times this year and I've never done in our 2.5 years of the Thunder Show. Really cool for me. I find potato latkes match up with Vernaccia incredibly. I went outside the box there. Go there. Eastern European, you know where I'm going. Not too much else. Mom, I love you. Happy birthday. Lizzie's birthday 3 days later. 3rd and 6th. I'm a busy guy, Mott. What's that? Mother's Day. It's an intensity. May's crazy. The book's coming out. Liz and I are going on vacation. Then the book tour starts. I mean, May is balling. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I really hope I get to see all of the Vayniacs as I tour. And again, that's why I'm talking. Texas, well, we're doing Houston, but Florida, Ohio, I feel like I kind of want to do. Michigan. If you're going to show up to a book tour, leave it in the comments. This is the time to come out in the comments, because based on these comments on Monday morning, me and my publishing crew are going to decide maybe a couple other towns we want you. So if you want to say, hey, GV, we want the Thunder in Memphis, that would probably be the way to go. You know what I mean, Mott? I have to take you to 1 or 2. They like you more on these things. Like, I'm going to like run over and take pictures with you. Question of the day. If you and I were chilling at a bar at, like, let's say 12:30 in the morning, you know, just you and I, not this big Conan thing I was talking about. That was kind of ironic I did that. Just you and I in a bar, in the middle of nowhere. What question would you ask me? There's going to be a lot of comments this time. I can feel it. We may hit 1,000, Mott. I think the lurkers are going to come out. It's a big weekend. A lot of people are going to see this. We just did Vernaccia. I'm loving life. I'm loving everything about it. I can't wait to meet more people, because you, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world.